Imagine having $1 billion in your bank account right now. How would you spend it? What would you buy? While that may be a lucid dream for most of us, the 1% of the 1% enjoy this lavish lifestyle the rest of us can only dream of. We're talking classic cars, million-dollar mansions, private islands, and even fighter jets. Join us in this epic adventure as we peel back the curtains on the lifestyle of the rich and the famous. This is how Elon Musk and other billionaires spent their first billion. Elon Musk. As soon as Elon Musk made his first billion, he splashed some millions on some of the craziest cars ever made, like the Lotus Esprit submarine car from the James Bond movie, which Musk bought for a staggering $920,000. What a bargain, right? But that's not even the craziest car in Elon's collection. While he definitely drives a couple of Teslas, Elon also loves some pretty nifty cars, like the Ford Model T, one of the most influential cars in history, a Jaguar E-Type Series 1 Roadster, a $1 million McLaren F1, which he later totaled while showing off, a $400,000 Porsche 911 Turbo, and many more cars that you can count on two hands. But there's more. We can't really explain what inspired this purchase, but Elon also got himself a nice little fighter jet. This is the Aero L-39 Albatross, a Russian jet which satisfied his need for speed. And speaking of speed, Elon loves the jet-setting lifestyle. So he copped not one, not two, but 4 private jets to fly him anywhere he wanted to go around the world. His first jet was the Dassault 900B, which cost him a measly $7 million. But the one he loves the most is the ultra-luxurious Gulfstream G650ER, which came with a heavy price tag of $78 million. But his love for Gulfstream jets inspired him to purchase 2 Gulfstream G550s, each with a price tag of about $65 million, which is a pretty crazy price tag. But when you've got billions and billions of dollars, it barely makes a dent. However, when he's not flying around the world doing whatever billionaires do, Elon loves to unwind in any of his 7 mansions. From the historic Hillsborough estate, which cost him a staggering $40.8 million, to his 4 Bel Air mansions costing over $84.1 million. Elon splashed a huge portion of his fortune on these houses, which he later sold off between June 2020 and November 2021 for whatever reason. But as crazy as Elon's lifestyle is, it doesn't hold a candle to the king of eccentric billionaires himself, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos. Here's a riddle for you. What do a robot dog, a 400-foot yacht, and a sprawling ranch have in common? That's right, they're all owned by the former world's richest man and Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Since he became a billionaire, Bezos has splashed a large portion of his fortune on things only billionaires can afford, like his infamous 417-foot mega yacht, which cost about $500 million. That's $500 million already, but it kind of sounds like a fair price for one of the biggest sailing yachts ever built. While the yacht actually serves a purpose, no one can really explain why the billionaire decided to splash a staggering $42 million on a giant clock? Maybe because time is money? Anyways, this strange purchase aside, Bezos also owns one of the sickest car collections you've probably ever seen. We're talking about Bugattis, Lamborghinis, Koenigsegg's, and even some Mercedes-Benz. There's the $3 million Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio, the $3.4 million Lykan Hypersport, the $3.5 million Bugatti Veyron Mansory, the $4.8 million Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita, and who could forget about the most prized car in Bezos' collection, his $10 million Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. Supercars aside though, Jeff Bezos also owns dozens of real estate assets across America, like this $23 million historic museum turned mansion. When Bezos bought the old textile museum, located in Kalorama, Washington, D.C. in 2016, it was like the purchase of a lifetime. But that's not even the craziest property this billionaire owns. That crown belongs to his Beverly Hills mansion, which cost a staggering $79 million. That's 19,000 square feet of land filled with every amenity money can buy. Obviously, Bezos loves the lavish lifestyle. And another billionaire who follows in the same footsteps would be Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban. After making a decent billion from several successful investments, Mark Cuban set out to splash his hard-earned dough on everything he had ever wanted. His most significant purchase, of course, would be the acquisition of the Dallas Mavericks in the year 2000 for a staggering $285 million. It turned out to be quite the profitable investment because today, the same team is worth over $4.5 billion. But business aside, Cuban also loves the finer things in life, like this $130 million yacht named the Fountainhead, although it was later revealed to be owned by billionaire Eddie Lampert. Taking to the skies in luxury, Cuban flies around the world in his 2 private jets. There's the Gulfstream G550, which cost a whopping $62 million, and then there's the Boeing 757-200, which also costs a little over $11 million. But when he's not up in the skies, this billionaire takes some time to retreat to any of his numerous mansions. We're talking properties fit for a billionaire, like this $13 million Dallas mansion he bought in 1999, and this $19 million mansion situated on Laguna Beach, Orange County, California. Then, of course, there's his art collection, which is valued at millions of dollars, and took a huge chunk of his net worth to acquire. But Cuban is not the only billionaire who owns an NBA team and loves to spend money. The LA Clippers' Steve Ballmer steals the spotlight as he takes balling to a whole new level. Steve Ballmer, the billionaire lifestyle is a dream for many of us, but for former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer, it's an everyday reality. Imagine waking up in a $10 million beach waterfront mansion in Hunts Point, Washington, one of the most exclusive small towns in all of America. But that's not even his craziest real estate purchase. When Ballmer laid his hands on his first billion, he headed to Whidbey Island, a small private island in Puget Sound, California, and laid his hands on 10 parcels of land across the island for him and his wife. Their biggest property there is about 10 acres large, which is quite the investment, to be honest. But those acquisitions pale in comparison to his acquisition of the NBA's LA Clippers, a purchase which set him back a staggering $2 billion. But when we talk about spending habits, Bill Gates takes things to a whole new level. Bill Gates. For quite a long time, Bill Gates was considered the richest man in the world. After making his first billion in 1987, the Microsoft founder decided to lavish some of that dough, acquiring both valuable assets and luxury items. From a $127 million mega mansion in Medina, Washington, to his $43 million beach house in Del Mar, California, Gates lavished millions on some of the most luxurious properties money can buy. His craziest asset, however, would be the purchase of the $25 million Grand Boat Cay, a 314-acre private island located off the coast of Belize in Central America. But wait, there's more. Because Gates also owns 2 ranches, a 4.5-acre vacation ranch in Wellington, Florida, which costs a mouth-watering $55 million, and a 228-acre Rancho Paciana property, which features a racetrack, an orchard, and a barn. It cost him $18 million. He's also got 4 private jets to his name, 2 Gulfstream G650ERs, both which cost him roughly $70 million, and 2 Bombardier Challenger 350s, which comes in at a comparatively low price of $27 million apiece. But the billionaire has also spent a lot on charities and causes around the world, and according to Gates, one day he may eventually donate his entire fortune to charity. Warren Buffett, on the other hand, splashed his first billion on anything and everything money can buy. Warren Buffett. We're talking private islands, private jets, exotic cars, and some of the priciest real estate assets on the market. However, he keeps information about his real estate purchases away from the public eye. What we do know, though, is that the billionaire owns a lot of land. When we say a lot, we mean about 400 acres of farmland located north of Omaha. But he only purchased this and rented it out to his son. The one he owns himself, also located in Omaha, is a closely guarded secret. Nobody knows how big it is or how much it costs. But what we do know is that the property is pretty big and pretty pricey. Just like many other billionaires, Buffett needed a means to get around. So he shelled out $32 million on a Bombardier Challenger 600, a jet which he called the Indispensable. And that's not even the craziest part. Buffett loved the jet-setting lifestyle so much that he bought a private jet business known as NetJets. The company allows clients to buy shares in private jets, and since Buffett bought it in 1998, it has grown in leaps and bounds. Today, NetJets delivers an annual revenue of over $2.7 billion. Quite a profitable investment, isn't it? So there you have it, a sneak peek into the billionaire lifestyle of the richest among us. What would you buy if you had $1 billion?